This is my world. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I do.
I'm a heavyweight, catastrophic when I said it. I'm a heavyweight, catastrophic when I said it. I'm legendary. I'm a heavyweight, catastrophic when I said it. I'm a heavyweight, catastrophic when I said it. I'm legendary.
My name is Antonio Bernardo Abbo. I'm a host, MC, and entertainer. I'm standing on stage on festivals and club nights, and I introduce the DJs and I do shout-outs and fuck up the crew, the crowd. I already make music from I was 6 years. I was playing in a fanfare and play in church, play the drums. My profession is percussion player, drummer, and I had so many different music styles. I play rock music, punk, funk, and now I'm I think for almost 25 years in house music.
I'm a heavyweight, catastrophic when I said it. I'm a heavyweight.
Well, it was much more minimal than regular pop music. It was much more sound, form of sounds that you can trance in on and dance. And actually it was the first time that you went somewhere to dance, and you want to dance for hours. You weren't there just to look at boys, or people were actually there really to vibe into the groove, so to speak. Yeah.
It's a lifestyle. House music is DJs, they're making tracks, or producers making tracks, and DJs play the tracks, and people go to forget the whole world, have a great time, dance. It's also a social thing, so meet people on the dance floor, because almost all my friends are from the dance scene, So I think it's a lifestyle. It's in the heart, Years ago, we had a club called Roxy. Over there were parties. In the beginning, it was only music, It was a club, but not house music. And they invited some crew from London, and they did a weekend there, 2 days. And a friend of mine called me and said, "Hey, let's go to the bar." And then we were passing the Roxy. And sometimes I go there, but it was not a special place for me, At that time, because there was no house music. One of the guys in front of the door was a good friend of mine, and he said, "Come, Antonio, come in. And we're having a weekender. It's crazy, man, crazy music, you will love it." And I jump in, and I go as last person out. So I had the best time of my life. That was my first contact with house music. And then we can club the It. It's close to here, to Studio 80, where we are now. At that time, it was more like a fairy tale for me, because people were dressed up. It's not like nowadays, Nowadays, everybody goes casual clothes and doesn't matter what you wear. But at that time, you really dressed up for going a night out, You have to look good and prepare your clothes. This is what I wear. Those are my jewelry. This is how we do my hair, and all kinds of shit. So it was more. At that time, it was also not so big, because it was a small group of people, really good friends, because everybody at that time, it was so small. I don't know how to say it exactly, and now it's really big. I even see my neighbor coming to parties where I'm hosting, or festivals, and they're standing in front of the stage like, oh, and they go once or twice a year, or maybe 3 or 4 times, especially to Welcome to the Future, or Loveland, or Dance Valley, or the big festivals, But the scene now is so fucking big. It's amazing. has a really big influence because house music is there. When I started, people say, my friends say, what are you gonna do? I go to Amsterdam, you know, I go clubbing. And then they say, yeah man, house music, and come on, that's no music, man. That's bleepjes and crazy people and they're taking drugs. And now, after a few years, slowly everybody came to the club because everybody wants to see what's happening. And they find out that it's not only the music, it's also a feeling, and it's also celebrate, you know, celebrate together. It's you're having a good time, forget a little bit, a few hours, what's happening with your bank account or your problems or your bad neighbor or your crazy girlfriend or boyfriend. It's, yeah, you have a great time. So I think for a lot of people it's really important. It's also, how do you call it? A night out is, yeah, something special. It's an experience, you know. Check out what DJ is playing. Everybody knows the DJs because people here in Holland, in the Netherlands, they are really into the music, so they know exactly they like this DJ and they like this sound. They like deep house, or they like techno, you know, the raw techno, or there are so many flavors in dance and electronic music. So people know exactly what they want. So I think, and every scene has its own heroes, you know, the DJs, the big names, and I think for everyone it's I always say it's an experience. And when I go to work and I'm standing on stage and I get so much energy from all the people, it's crazy, you know, because if I'm standing on a main stage like Welcome to the Future or Day in the Park or Digital or Strafwerk or whatever, big festival, and all the kids are whoa, yo, and the DJ rocks and the beat comes and I do a shout out and whoa, they throw their hands in the air. There is so much energy.
What I do believe is that as we return to more freer selves, like when the European culture came from classical music, that in the 19th century we connected with African culture via blues, rock and pop, and so slowly we came to a cleaner form where there were more drum beats, and that's really pleasureful for people to zoom into, and I think we get down deeper into some unconscious level of happiness, and yeah, I think a lot of people feel very good when they dance to house music.
I think music is some kind of bowl of soup, and for everyone is there a good flavor, you know, and if you taste it, you got something, this is my part, man, this is my cup of soup. So I think that's really important.